Hey, stop that cat, man down. Errol Spence Jr. and JARON Boots Ennis have their first face-to-face on FaceTime. We're going to talk about it. What up, Fight World? It's your boy, Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to my channel for the latest and greatest in boxing.
You ain't saying nothing?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. What boy? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
We own, nigga. Philly versus Dallas, nigga.
Yes, sir. What do you say?
What you say, Errol? What you say? Oh! Oh, no way. He said, what you say? You said Pups can't talk shit to no big dog.
I ain't even show y'all that yet. It's
You ain't even
I got a whole different arsenal. It's levels, man. I mean,
okay.
That's what he's supposed to say. That's what he's supposed to say. He's supposed to say something like that.
What's up, though, bro?
Now, you guys seen the clip at the beginning. Very fun to watch, very fun to see. You see the current big dog, big fish. Hey, stop that cat. Man down, Errol Spence. He was with his mans from Texas, Oak Cliff, Yellow Beezy, rapper. And on the other side was rapper Gilly the Kid. Gilly, right, from Philly. And next to him, he had Philly fighters like Stephen Coolboy Fulton, who was just announced for Showtime's upcoming Monster schedule. I did a video on that Showtime Monster schedule. Make sure you guys check the comment section, and I'll try to pin up the comment so you guys can peep that out and look at what Showtime got coming. But also, you had welterweight rising star JARON Boots Ennis, who's also from Philly. Now, this was fun to see. For starters, I like to see the fact that there was no hostility. So please, you know, you may see after I do this video, you may see other people make videos about it and try to turn it into some beef and things like that. But I'm not doing that on my video because I didn't see that. I seen two brothers who were just on a FaceTime call, and you know, it was all fun, and Gilly was turned up, Yellow Beezy was turned up, but you know, there was no hostility. It was like, to me, it looked like a sign of mutual respect. Errol Spence even said, it's hard to hear, you know, maybe hopefully they come up with another version of it that you can see everything better and clearer. But Errol even said something, your time's coming, you know, but he said right now, Pups can't talk to the big dog. And JARON Ennis responded something to the effect of like, he's supposed to say that. That's what he's supposed to say. So this was just fun to see. This was all in good fun. JARON Ennis recently admitted kind of this. He said, I want to go after guys like Ugas, Keith Thurman, and guys like that because he knows I'm going to have to work my way up the ladder to get to the big dogs like Errol Spence. So, you know, Errol Spence wasn't necessarily sunning him. He was just the reality. And funny enough, this is the reality that I told you guys on my channel. I'm very high up on Errol Spence Jr., Terrence Crawford as well, and also as far as the new crop and the younger guys on their journey, JARON Boots Ennis. I told you he's definitely fun to watch. So I'm checking for all these guys. But I told you much of the same thing. Ego Stradamus strikes again. JARON Ennis, while he's doing this thing, he's gonna have to fight the battle, and this is the same battle that others before him, it's no different, had to face, including Errol Spence. So what I mean is this: Errol Spence, when he first started breaking through, he had some performances where he fought Chris Van Herdeen and knocked him out. He had a barometer fight because Ruslan Provodnikov of Russia, a major puncher, and also the Philippines, Manny Pacquiao, I want to, it's going to bite my, had fought Chris Algieri. And then by the time Errol Spence got to him, they had already had fights with Algieri had already had fights with Pacquiao, who dropped him like 6 times, couldn't stop him. You know, so he showed he was tough and resilient enough to go the distance. Ruslan Provodnikov, same thing, kind of the same concept. Ruslan Provodnikov, he hurt Chris Algieri early, dropped him, had his eye swollen, and even with one eye, Chris Algieri was able to somehow survive and try to get on his bicycle and box to win the fight. Meanwhile, Errol got him and just destroyed Chris Algieri and obliterated him. So that put the world on notice. And then in similar fashion, you had Keith Thurman previously fought Leonard Bundu. He dropped him in the first 2 rounds. I think it was the first round. And then somehow Bundu started switch hitting and making it difficult, and it was kind of in survival box mode. And it became kind of a somewhat hard fight for Keith Thurman, and at least complex in the terms of he couldn't look as good as he did in that first round when he dropped him, and he couldn't stop Leonard Bundu. And if you watch that fight, go back and watch it, Keith Thurman's face was pretty tattered up at the end of that fight. So that was a testament to the craftiness and the stealthiness of Leonard Bundu. When Errol Spence, and I'm giving you guys a history lesson, when Errol Spence got to Bundu, he destroyed him, and it was right after the Olympics, so it also did crazy numbers like 6 million homes on NBC, and he destroyed him in New York, and he fell in his lap, and it was like a highlight reel viral type of knockout. So I said that to say this. The point being is Errol Spence was looking like the boogeyman, and everyone who was more advanced than him and everybody who was further along, like Danny Garcia, Sean Porter, maybe Kell Brook, Keith Thurman, Pacquiao, nobody was really looking Errol Spence's way because they had more pressing issues. You know what I mean? So I guess that's kind of what it comes to. You just have to keep clawing away, because even Kell Brook, this is just a history lesson with Errol Spence's career that I followed since he's been out, you know. But Kell Brook was fronting on Errol Spence as well. Kell Brook was constantly saying that Errol Spence, he was the new Jeff Lacey, and he was saying he's after the bigger fights like Thurman, the bigger fights like Pacquiao, and he said he didn't understand why so many Americans were so high up on Errol the Truth Spence Jr. He said, I don't see it. He looked like Jeff Lacey 2.0 to me. So he said that and stalled it out as much as he could, end up losing to Golovkin at 160 rather than immediately go in there and fight Errol Spence. And then his next fight after the Golovkin loss, he fought and was undefeated at welterweight, and he fought Errol Spence, and Errol Spence stopped him in Sheffield. And then, you know, that was the downward spiral of Kell Brook's career shortly after that. He don't look like he really recovered from those 2 losses. So Errol Spence had to just keep climbing that ladder, showing, improving, taking the Barreras, guys like that, guys like Algieri, Van Herdeen, and Jaron Ennis recently fought Van Herdeen. It ended kind of weird over a nasty cut in the first round. But that's, to me, that's the bottom line, is that's what Jaron Ennis got to do. He's a beast. He looks raw and he looks dope. But there's a lot of contemporary fights so he could keep building. And I'm not trying to front Jaron Ennis off. It's just that's the nature of boxing. You know, people feel like they're in the throne. Jay-Z and Kanye style, watch the throne. They're not going to just hand you the opportunities, especially if they felt they had to earn it out the mud. Like, you know, guys like Danny Garcia, he's like, man, look at what I did at 140. I beat Zab, I beat Amir Khan. They said I was going to lose to Lucas Matisse. So when you get that coveted position, you know what I'm saying? You wanted to see the other person had to work towards their goals to get there. So I figured much of the same in terms of Jaron Ennis. He has to just keep showing improvement and line himself up, and the stars will align. If he keeps winning and looking like he's doing, it's inevitable. And that's the journey that guys like Errol Spence and others had to do. You just have to keep winning, keep looking good, keep showing off and showing out, keep making weight, and show you have some little bit of longevity, you know, show you're durable, show, you know, these other level guys can't beat you, and then the bigger fights will come. But I told you, Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, they're like, Errol's like 30, Crawford maybe 33, 34. They've already climbed the top of the mountain, you know, so they're at the top. You know, people feel they're the top fighters in the welterweight division along with Pacquiao. So JARON ENNIS just has to keep trucking away and chipping away. But I do want to see him get a big name, and there's other that's the great thing about the welterweight division. There's a lot of great names, and then he'll be there in no time, if, like I said, if he keeps looking like he's looking. Let me know what you guys think of this FaceTime call. It was fun to see, just because, you know, you don't always get to see two of the people, like the big fish and then the up and coming big fish, on the same call and stuff, and it be amicable and cool, and you know, it's good. Errol Spence in general has been kind of quiet and low on social media. He hasn't really popped out too much, so this was just fun to see, fun for boxing fans. Can't wait to see what's next. Errol Spence also said that Fox needs to release their schedule, so that lets me know that they got something brewing. Hopefully it's the Ugas fight, because they have a belt, and Errol Spence is looking to, you know, solidify his dominance. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know how I did in this video. If you like videos like this and you love what I'm doing, smash the like button, hit the subscribe, the bell icon. Also get TUBEBUDDY. Great way to level up your own YouTube content. If you know, or someone else you know is a creator, give them my link for TUBEBUDDY, and we'll continue to grow the brand. Let's go. We working. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TUBEBUDDY. I've used TUBEBUDDY for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TUBEBUDDY is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TUBEBUDDY and level up your channel faster. We working.